49ers Rams part 2 on Sunday. Jason Aponte. We are going to preview it, but first, hit our music.
Burp. 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 Burp.
We are live right here on YouTube.com. I am Andrew Pasquini, joined as always by Jason Aponte. It's a lovely Friday evening out here on the West Coast, Friday night on the East Coast. Jason Aponte, I just want to know, first of all, how you doing on this Friday?
Dude, I'm doing good, but I turned on Fortnite because of the Simpsons thing.
Yes.
But I can't get any of that Simpsons shit without like spending $300,000, right? What's the point of this? And then like they dropped me. Like the cool thing is I got to play in Springfield, but all I had was a pickaxe or some shit, and I'm like I died like 3 times in a row. I was like, this game's stupid.
Okay, so you land, you got to find your weapons.
Got
That's
it.
pretty much the key. You got to find the weapon.
Okay.
Did you play build or no build?
I don't know what the hell I played, man.
You got to play no build. That's the way to go. And then you got to pay for the $10 battle pass to unlock the Simpsons skins.
Not a chance.
It's
Not a chance.
Fortnite works, man. They tell you it's free, but then they put everything behind paywalls.
I'll look, we could play, online. That'll be fun. Maybe we'll do a stream where we just play Fortnite and just talk
Yeah.
49ers, but I want to play as the damn Simpsons and I don't want to have to pay for anything. Like, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's how they get you, man. You got to pay. I had to pay. Oh, this is going to be real embarrassing. I paid $25 for the chance to unlock all the gorilla skins. So there you go.
Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, I play Fortnite entirely too much not to have I have all 4 gorillas characters. I'm locked in on Fortnite, man.
So I got dropped down with that pickaxe, and the first person that I ran into, I killed, and I was like, "Oh, this is easy." And then literally like half a second later, somebody shot me twice, and I was dead. And then I was like, "All right." And then I was like, "Well, let's just try again." As soon as I land, somebody shot me. I was like, "All right, man, screw this game."
You got to get those bot lobbies. The bots aren't very good. That's what you got to find, Jason. But what I really like is the art, how it looks like the Simpsons in the game. It's fun. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed the one time. It's also harder because the map is smaller. But we're talking Fortnite here on the Sprint Right After podcast.
I played in Springfield.
Yeah, it's all that matters, cool. Jason. If you were the first person I thought of when they announced that.
Oh yeah, I mean that was when I was like, all right, you know what? It's free. I got to give it a shot if I can just get, but none of it's free. Nothing is free.
No, nothing's free, Jason. It's a life lesson. Nothing is free in this life, and it's unfortunate. America 2025. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about 49ers Rams week 10, a rematch of a game that the Niners won 26-23 in overtime. It was a thrilling Thursday night. But Jason, I really want to start the podcast, not necessarily a preview necessarily. It's more of, to me, the weirdest ongoing story maybe in the 6 years we've been doing this podcast. And that is the quarterback situation, which, Jason, no surprise, we're talking 49ers quarterback. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but it was thought that Mac Jones was going to be the starter, and there was a chance that Brock Purdy would be active as the backup. That obviously did not happen. The Niners go and beat the Giants, yada, yada, whatever. We knew that was going to happen. But, again, same report comes out today. Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter both had it. Quarterback Mac Jones will start on Sunday against the Rams per Coach Kyle Shanahan, but Brock Purdy is questionable and could be active. I really don't know what to make of this whole situation, because to me it is very interesting that there is a chance that Brock Purdy could be healthy enough to be active, but not the starting quarterback. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it because I'm so blue-pilled on Twitter right now that all the conspiracies just make sense. I'm also just addicted to the term soft benching. Like, I don't want to use it here. I just really like saying soft. Like Kyler Murray, soft bench, gone. Get him out of here. But this is a really strange situation, is it not?
Yes, 100% is. If Brock Purdy is going to dress and be active, why the fuck is he not starting? What are we talking about here? And for anybody that thinks that people are making things up, how can you not critically think about this and think this is absolutely strange? What are we doing here? If he's not going to be the starter, do not dress him. Why? The optics of this makes this so much more weird than it has to be. If he's not ready to go, then don't dress him. If he's not ready to start, don't dress him. I really don't know what to make of this. The only real thing to make of this is that it's fucking weird. And if you think that we're overreacting, critically use your brain. The guy you paid 200 and something million dollars to is going to be active, and you are saying he is not starting. In what world does that make sense? If Jordan Love was ready to go, but Malik Willis was starting, and they said, hey, Jordan Love is going to be active, but he's not going to start because we're rolling with Malik Willis, wouldn't you say, hey, man, something's going on that's weird in Green Bay? That it's weird. It's all weird. And I don't understand why you would allow this to linger with the optics of it. Just, if he's active, start the guy. If he's not going to start, don't dress him. It's almost like the 49ers are this guy in the hot dog suit. Why are people making such a big deal about this? We're all trying to figure out the person who did this. It's you. It's you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is, if Brock Purdy's ready to go and dress, then start him. If he's not ready to start, don't dress him. And don't let anybody, you're allowing people to run with narratives because you are making these optics look bad. If you want to roll with Mac, just say that. I would feel way better about that. But if you're going to tell me that Brock Purdy is going to dress and not start, how can anyone not look at that and say, what the hell is going on over there?
The only what the hell going on over there thought I have about it is they're concerned about Mac Jones' knees. Like, because obviously he's been hurt, right? Like, Mac Jones has been playing injured. That's been very obvious. He popped up on the injury report. I thought it was very funny that he popped up on the injury report as knee, so both knees are hurt. And they just kind of want to hedge their bets. I like my deep thought is just they're trying to avoid Adrian Martinez getting on the field at all costs. But it doesn't make sense. Like, if this was the Brock Purdy of last year, or let's even say Brock Purdy entered this season without a contract extension, I would understand it. You're kind of protecting that investment, the future investment. But to me, if Brock Purdy is healthy enough, that's what I'm saying. Like, thank you, Travis. That's exactly my point. Is Martinez so bad they have to dress Brock while he's injured? I think that might be the case. I mean, you remember the Thursday night game against the Rams, how concerned Nick Martinez looked when he thought he had to go into the game against the Rams.
He's so bad we don't even know his name.
Exactly. Did I say what I said? Did I say
Nick Martinez?
Adrian Martinez. Who's Nick? I don't even know who Nick Martinez is.
I don't know.
Adrian
Me
Martinez.
either. Either way, Nick, Adrian, they didn't want to go in that game.
I apologize. It is Adrian.
Nah, it's cool. I mean, it's funny though because that's the whole point.
I gotta look up Nick Martinez now to see who the hell that is.
Yeah, to see where the hell that is.
You know what I think I did? I think I combined Nick Martin and Adrian Martinez. I think that's what happened.
Well, Adrian Martinez still has a better chance to see the field than Nick Martin. But yeah,
that's very true, Jason. Nick Martinez was a pitcher for the Reds, 4.45 ERA last year. I don't know.
Still more of a chance to see the field than Nick Martin.
But if your $235 million quarterback is healthy enough to dress, like, he's got to be healthy enough to play. And I'm not asking this question seriously, but like, is it a soft benching? Is it not? Because like, we all know the history between Shanahan and Mac Jones, and maybe Mac Jones is fulfilling some fantasy that Kyle Shanahan has of how this offense should work. Because again, Mac Jones hasn't been horrible. Like, he's been fine enough to win. I mean, the Niners are 6-3 with Mac Jones starting 7 of those games. I really wish the Niners would stop making injuries so complicated, because like, they're kind of doing the same thing with Brandon Ayuk. This is the 3rd week in a row that they've said we're not opening his practice window, but we're getting close, and it doesn't feel like he's getting any closer. Ricky Pearsall, the same sort of thing. I mean, it's the same old song and dance with these injuries, but it's significantly different when it is the starting quarterback of a team that just gave him $235 million versus the backup quarterback, who's a guy that the head coach famously wanted in the draft a couple of years ago. So I don't know. I don't know really how to read it. I just think my biggest takeaway on it is the Niners are not helping themselves.
And Strawberry says, if it makes you feel better, Mayoko thinks he'll be inactive. If he's inactive, I feel fine then, right? Yeah. Because that's how it should be. If you're worried about him re-aggravating the injury, then he shouldn't be active. That's it. If he's healthy enough to play, he starts. If he's not healthy enough to play, don't dress him. And the reason, it's hilarious to me that people will say, well, this is par for, you're reading too far into this. No, the fact that you're allowing people to run with some sort of narrative or even try to consider these possibilities is because you are being weird about this entire thing. You are being very weird about this.
Mm-hmm.
And when like, when someone says something about someone and someone believes that it's directed at them no matter what it is, right? Like it
Yeah.
feels like, and then they say, oh, well, I wasn't talking about that, but you said something that was close enough to being misconstrued. You are putting yourself in a position where your actions are now allowing themselves to be misconstrued, and people are taking things and critically thinking about it. And it's not even critical thinking. $250 million quarterback, active, start him. $250 million quarterback, if he can re-aggravate the injury and you're worried about that, not healthy enough, don't dress him. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Do not dress him until he's ready to go all the way. And if he is going to put on a 49ers uniform and stand on that sideline, he better fucking start. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and even Mayoko thinks he will be inactive. That was the case last week. It's still weird that they're floating this idea of Jones is starting, but Purdy might be active. And that alone is enough to raise a bunch of red flags to me, because it's such a weird situation. And I don't know what to think of it necessarily. It's just the Niners keep putting this in front of us and like dangling it in front of us like a prize or something. All it's going to do is make people think and make things up, because that's all the Niners are giving the information. Like it's such a strange situation, and I do think myself that Purdy will be inactive. It's very strange the Niners keep floating it.
Yeah, and then the other thing too, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is John Lynch is like, well, the next step to him getting his number one spot back is him being active. What? Like, for somebody who is so media trained, what answer was that?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like, why even say something? So now there's medical things that he needs to clear. Then he needs to be active, and then he can start again? Because that's not me reading between the lines. That's literally your words. Like, why do you have to? This is to the 49ers about everything.
Yep.
Why do you have to be so fucking strange about everything?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just be normal? Oh my God. If the guy is ready to play him. If he's not, then don't trust him. But all of this, it's like you go out there and you say all these things, and we can all piece it together because we have a grasp on the English language and how words are used. And then you're going to get like, I don't understand why anybody would be even remotely worried about. Because you continue to fumble the bag and just make this weirder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
I love this team. I love this organization. But my God, are they fucking stupid sometimes, and they make things really, really complicated. That is the easiest way I can put it.
Yeah. No, they definitely don't help themselves. From one potential lineup change to a real lineup change, Jason. Jake Brendel, he is on his way back to the starting lineup.
I can hear people like, no.
Yeah, people were big angry on it on Twitter today. Brendel working his way back to the starting lineup. Sounds like he's going to be good to go. Spencer Burford too. He was pretty good at left guard. Ben Barch was a full participant in practice the past 2 days. I think that's the more interesting spot, because I mean the Niners kind of told us what to think about, or told us what's going to happen at center. Who's going to be the left guard next to Jake Brendel on Sunday?
Ben Barch, but I think Spencer Burford did a really good job. But it'll be Ben Barch. They've always wanted it to be that. The issue isn't that Ben Barch was in trouble of losing his spot. The issue is that Ben Barch can't keep the spot. So it'll be Barch, and it depends on how you look at it, and you say, well, the starting left guard is back, and he wasn't there for that Rams game. But did you really notice a drop-off with Spencer Burford when he played against the New York Giants? So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. But, I mean, it is good to know that the guy that they want to start is going to start. Same goes for center, I guess. But it depends on where you land on the Brendel Hennessy thing. Yeah, I've never seen people more upset that a starting offensive lineman is back to play than when they announced Brendel coming back.
I saw a lot of strange tweets today about it. I did not think people cared about the starting center that much.
Well, All right. I don't know how to say this, and I'm going to say it as quickly as possible. Um, Jake Brendel has become the lightning rod for the offensive line and the frustrations with the offensive line. And the problem is that the 49ers were able to run the football in two of the three games that Matt Hennessy played, right? But I would like to explain real quick that the 49ers were going up against two advantageous run defenses.
Yeah.
Didn't really matter who the center was going to be, you still were going to be able to run the football. So I just want to put that out there, and I want to make sure that you have that in your mind. Because if the 49ers would have went out there against so they played Atlanta, and then it was, who was after that? It was Atlanta,
Houston.
Houston. If they would have if Matt Hennessy would have helped them run the football in Houston, that would have been your
Yeah.
sign that there's like a clear upgrade. It's I want to ask 49ers fans why they believe that Matt Hennessy is such an upgrade when literally any center could have, let the 49ers run the football in those games against two very bad run defenses, and they did their job. Now, it here's another thing. Is the drop off from one to the other not as noticeable because they're all backup level? I don't know. But I will say this. I don't want people to conflate the fact that the 49ers were able to finally run the football against two teams
Mhm.
that you can run the football against before. Because, all right, even last week against the Giants, 4.1 yards per carry. They weren't exactly like 8, 9, 10 yards every play. Like, yeah, we had, a long Christian McCaffrey run, 18 yards. We had a long Brian Robinson run. But a defense being soft like the Giants doesn't necessarily mean that the Matt Hennessy thing is like a clear upgrade. So I just want to make sure that you're considering all the factors when you look at why the 49ers were able to run the football. You should have been able to run the football against those teams, and it didn't really matter who the center was to make that happen.
So I actually looked this up. I'm very happy you mentioned the run game thing. The Niners, if you go by yards allowed per game,
Mm,
uh, but
mm,
Brendel gets overpowered consistently and Hennessy doesn't.
There's
Jason, I'll let you take
listen,
that because you watched the film.
JW, real quick, pop the tape on, man. There's plenty of times that Matt Hennessy's getting thrown on his back. You just don't notice it because the 49ers are actually running for first downs and stuff like that in that game against the Giants, but it's definitely not what you think it is, I promise.
No, I'm happy you mentioned the run game because I looked this up for a NinersNation.com article, Jason Aponte. If you go by yards allowed per game, which I know not the best stat because some teams face the run more often than others, but that's the stat I looked at. The 49ers have played 3 games against bottom half run defenses. That is the Falcons, the Saints, and the Giants. We talked about the Falcons. We talked about the Giants. In those 3 games, the Niners averaged 137 rushing yards per game against bottom half run defenses. Makes sense. The 6 other games they've played this season, Seattle, Arizona, Jacksonville, the Rams, Tampa Bay, and Houston, those are top half run defenses. The 49ers averaged 77.3 rushing yards per game. Their game against the Rams, they had 74 rushing yards, and Christian McCaffrey was held to a season low 2.6 yards per attempt on 22 attempts in week 5. So again, like I want the run game to start working because that's obviously the bread and butter. But we're halfway through the season, Jason. There's no coincidences anymore. There is no the stats are the stats, and what the numbers are telling me, numbers don't lie, as Scott Steiner once said. The numbers are telling me that this is going to be a rough run game for the Niners again.
Yeah, they're not running the football this week.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the center is. That's who the Rams are. The Rams, it's literally the same thing from the Thursday night game. You have to show the run in this game to show that you're not getting away from it and hope that you can build play action off of it. But they're not going to get the running game going in this one. And that's something that, well, all right. Maybe George Kittle being there will help a little bit on the outside. That could help. There wasn't much of that going on because they had to use Tonjes as a weapon. Averly. They had to use Tonjes as a weapon to, and he's not a blocker. They had to throw him the football. So maybe, but this isn't the week for the 49ers to get the running game going. Um, the 40, the Rams are number one in almost every category. If they're not one, they're two, they're three. Um, why does it always seem like every week the 49ers are playing a defense, they're the number one defense going into that week? Like it doesn't even like it does it like it literally does like Houston's number one. God damn it. Well, now they're not. Rams are number one. God damn it. Like
Jacksonville when they played, they were
Jacksonville
one of the
was
better
number one. Like,
defenses
what
through
is
3 weeks.
going on? I don't like, oh man. Again, that Etsy, which is working overtime. But yeah, I don't think this is the week the 49ers are going to run the football. But I do think they need to stay committed to it to at least show it. And they also have to control the clock again in this one. But they're going to have to throw the football to do it. And I don't think they're going to be able to use that same game plan that they used on Thursday night, where they just throw underneath. I will give you some good news, and I do think this is how the 49ers will be able to get their offense at least to stay on the field is the place that they can attack is the intermediate area. The Rams are 16th in the NFL on intermediate throws that they face, 20.5% of them, but they've allowed an EPA of 0.19 in the intermediate. You got to pick on those linebackers. Use Jawan Jennings and George Kittle in this one. That you didn't have them last time. You have to be able to put those linebackers in a bind, high low, make sure that they come, and if they start to drop back, then you can start to run the football, keep them out of those run fits. All of that stuff it really is going to start with how they're able to throw the football on this one, and I do think they can attack the intermediate places.
I want to talk about the Niners defense really quick because it's kind of, with the last time these two teams played, obviously there's no Nick Bosa, but it was relatively a healthy 49ers defense compared to an unhealthy Niners offense. Niners still pull the game out, obviously, in overtime. But now the roles have kind of reversed. The offense is getting healthy. Still no Pearsall, still no Purdy, obviously, but it was healthier than week 5, right? Kittle's back, all that stuff, and Jones is looking good. But the defense, on the other hand, obviously Michael Williams out for the season. He's going to be replaced by Bryce Huff. At least in terms of the last time these two teams played. Bryce Huff didn't start the last time these two teams played, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But that's such a rotational thing. It doesn't it makes sense because he's more of a pass rusher. But then obviously Fred Warner's out, Tatum Bethune is in. But the lineup change that I think is the most interesting is the two starting safeties for the 49ers in week 5 were Marquise Siegel and Jason Pinnock. This week, it's probably going to be Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa. The Rams throw for the most yards in the league this season, at least on a per game basis. Do you think the change from Siegel and Pinnock to Brown and Mustafa is going to help the Niners against this Rams offense? Or do you think this is going to be a big day for the Rams because of the injuries elsewhere, the lack of a pass rush? They don't allow a lot of sacks as well, and that's not going to help the Niners because the Niners aren't getting to the quarterback. The Niners have 11 sacks this season. Brian Burns leads the league with 11 sacks himself. So do you think the safety duo is going to help a little bit more against this high-power Rams offense?
I think the corners are gonna, and I think that's the other thing that we're thinking about right now. If you're looking at the strength of this 49ers defense, it's your secondary at this point. And I know that's something that's a little bit strange to hear. Now look, Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa, they have to play discipline and they cannot allow anything big over their heads. But Ronaldo Green has been lights out the last 3 weeks, and that is something that is going to need to continue in this one. I think he did a good job against Davante Adams the last time he faced him, but I also was able to see on tape that there was plenty of times where Davante Adams was open and Stafford just missed him. But if Ronaldo Green and Lenore can continue to play well on the outside, that is going to help the pass rush a lot. Now, if you're looking at run defense and you're worried because I see Tony talking about it, no Michael, Cleveland Farrell is literally the guy that they brought in here to set the edge. That's quite literally what Michael Williams was doing. So I guess I'm not as worried with that. But I am a little bit worried with outside zone is what they run all the time. If they get that running game going and they're able to run the football, that's when that play action comes in. They're number 1 in the league in play action rate, number 1 in under center rate. That's when you're going to start to see the cracks show. You have to wonder if the same thing that I said about the Rams linebackers applies to the 49ers linebackers. And I'm worried that the Rams are going to try to attack D Winters and Tatum Bethune, in the pass game, and that makes me a little bit more nervous. But if you're looking at the phase of or the group on the 49ers defense that's actually the most strong, It's the secondary right
Yeah.
now going into week 10, and it's a large part because Bernardo Green has flown completely under the radar, and he's been great. But if he continues to play well, then this game, it starts to keep itself a little bit closer. That's the one thing I'm not necessarily as worried about, is because, like I said, Puka's gonna get his. You're gonna look. When you look up and you see Steph Curry has 30 points, you're not like, oh, why aren't you defending Steph Curry? It's Steph Curry, right? And it's Puka off of a bye. Like, I'm not tripping off of that. You just can't allow those third downs and all those other plays to happen that'll keep things going, and you just can't allow those shot plays down the field. So we'll see, because Tutu Atwell's on IR, so they don't really have somebody who can really stretch the field down the field. You just have to play discipline and keep everything in front of you. But if the secondary can play well, the defense has a shot here in this one.
Jason, the last time we talked 49ers Rams, I wasn't too enthusiastic, but you talked me into it. You really talked me into the Niners winning that game. And guess what, Jason? You were right. The Niners beat the Rams. Give me something to feel good about this game, because this one feels different. And it's not because I think the Niners are worse. It's just the injuries have mounted up. And again, it's really the defensive side of the ball that's a concern. You felt comfortable with the Niners defense going into week 5. You don't feel as comfortable going into week 10 because of no Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa. Obviously, we've talked about it ad nauseum. But give me something to latch onto that makes me feel like, hey, the Niners can win this game.
Yeah, it's Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay and how these games go. And either the 49ers blow them out, or they win close, or the Rams win close. The Rams have never blown the 49ers out. Like, not since 2018 when they went to the Super Bowl. Since 2019, their margins of victory have been 3-3-6. Like, what does that scream to you? That these games are always going to be tightly contested like this. Like, I don't understand why everybody just keeps glossing over this. That's why the 49ers are underdogs at home with all the injuries, and they're still just giving the Rams 4.5. Remember, on Thursday Night Football, they were giving the Rams 9.5 at the crib. That was the easiest money in the world to take. Think about that. The 49ers were banged up. They didn't have anybody, right? But they still had Fred Warner and Michael Williams and all those guys. And now, in this game, at Levi's, it's only 4.5. Now, some of that has to do with the fact that it's in Levi's. But these games never get out of hand. And there's something about the way Sean McVay coaches these games, where we talk about Kyle Shanahan, like, or people like bring up, well, Kyle in big games. Sean McVay clams up against the 49ers. Always. He pulled out the one that he needed to, pause, in the NFC Championship. But other than that, for the most part, he coaches scared, he coaches weird, he coaches tight. And why are we expecting this to all of a sudden be free-wielding? Like, after that Rams game, Sean McVay looked like his dog got run over after the game. Like, he was that sad. There's something that goes on in his brain when he faces Kyle that he can't put together. It's funny. I saw a stat that, because both guys were hired in 2017, right? I saw a stat that said Kyle Shanahan is 11-7 against Sean McVay. But since 2019, Sean McVay's only won 3 games, and one of them was Sam Darnold against Carson Wentz.
Yep.
So, like, we're just looking at it like through the history's the best predictor of the future. This game is going to be tight, and it's going to be who's going to make the right plays. Like, this idea the 49ers are going to get blown out, and I'm probably famous last words, I just don't see it. I don't see it. How can the 49ers get blown out when they've had worse teams with worse quarterbacks play against better Rams teams, and they've never gotten blown out? 3 ways these games go. The 49ers win big, the 49ers win close, or the Rams win close. There's never been a Rams blowout. It doesn't happen. So why would it happen now? And it just is going to be a same type of Rams 49ers game. Now, can the Rams, fumble the football at the goal line? Can they have their kicker miss a bunch of kickers? By the way, the thicker kicker, that is so fire. Like, you gotta love that. There were a lot of things the Rams did wrong in that game. If that doesn't happen in this one, then you start to feel a lot more worried about the 49ers' chances, because the 49ers have to almost play perfect to win this one. The Rams don't.
I like it, Jason. Yeah, and again, we've talked about how good the Niners have been in close games this season. They've had their 2 biggest wins by point totals the past couple of weeks against the Giants and the Falcons. And obviously the Texans games happens, but the Niners have still been very good in close games. And again, the Rams haven't exactly been blowing teams out necessarily. I mean, I guess they have. I absolutely lied. I was looking at the wrong schedule. 35-7 over the Jaguars, 34-10 over the Saints. And then they beat the Ravens 17-3, but that's a non-Lamar Jackson game. So they have been beating teams they're supposed to be beating. But so have the Niners outside of the Texans. But the Texans is a tough one because of that defense. So I'm very curious to see how this game comes out, Jason, because the Niners have tended to draw these games down to rock fights, and they've been pretty good in them. They've been good at forcing mistakes at the right moment. They've been good at coming in big moments. I mean, obviously the addition of Eddie Pinheiro makes these close games a little bit easier because you're getting 3 points at least every time you get into scoring position as opposed to previous times. So yeah, I'm curious to see if this is a rock fight and see if the Niners can pull it out. We'll see what happens. Jason, I'm curious to see what your prediction is for this game. But let's run through the rest of the NFL schedule as we've been doing on these Friday prediction shows. It's good. It's good. We went 5 years just talking Niners. It's been fun talking about other games outside this league or outside of the Niners spectrum. So it's fun to go around the league with these.
And can real quick, can we
yes.
Is Bo Nix good?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Thursday nights are weird. Division, Jason, you never know what's going to happen in a division game. But it is slightly
bad for weeks.
It's not been good. It's not been good.
He's been bad for weeks.
That game really made me question how much I love football.
So, yes and no. Yes, because I cooked up a parlay that worked.
Okay.
Yes, that helped, but yeah, it was hard to watch. And also, when we get into that dead period of the offseason where we're sitting there and we're like, damn, I can't wait for football. I would eat a shoe to watch that game, during the offseason. Like I don't even care. Like I would kick a puppy to watch Jared Stidham play against, against who was the quarterback that went in for after Jared Stidham versus Kenny Pickett. Like I would just be like, you know what, give it to me because I'm so football starved. That's what that game felt like. But yeah, it wasn't fun at all. So, oh wait, one thing I will say, holy shit, man, that Raiders kicker, the punter, somehow that's the one thing the Raiders did right all game, and it got the special teams coordinator fired.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. Apparently he yelled at Pete Carroll, but whatever, so who cares?
Well, he had
I'm sorry, Ozzy, not the puppies yet, but
it's not only that he had the 2 punts inside the 2-yard line, but then he had one block that led to
you're done,
the
buddy.
Broncos game-winning kick. Yeah, just got him. Got Jason.
Of all the horrible things I've ever said, that's the one that's gonna get me up out of here. Probably. Can I counterpoint you on Bo Nix and his ability? What?
He just wins, pal. He just wins.
He's bigger, stronger Jimmy Garoppolo, and he wears 10.
Yeah, there we go. Short name too. Nix, 3 letters. Very, very 5-letter name. Bo Nix. It's just very short.
Didn't he play like 7 years of college football?
Yes, he did. Auburn and Oregon, I believe. Yeah, he was there for a while.
Nice.
But hey, we'll see what he looks like the rest of the season. Jason, we're back overseas this weekend. Berlin, Germany this time. Falcons, Colts, 7-2 Colts. Thank you. Thankfully, Frank Reich isn't coaching this game. That's a good World War II joke. Thank you very much.
Yes,
7-2 Colts, 3-5. Thank you. 3-5 Falcons. He's out in Stanford right now. Actually, he's Stanford's head coach. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts. They bounced back after the loss last week.
Yeah, me too. But man, shout out to DeForest Buckner. That sucks, but it is going to be cool because of Sauce Gardner. And everything, but the 49ers injury bug knows no bounds because now DeForest Buckner's on IR. So,
oh my God, Keon White getting hurt in practice the other day.
He's a Niner now,
just pure Niner. Those damn electro boxes or whatever the fuck it was.
It's almost like the 49ers have like a secret meeting room where like a bunch of guys with like black cloaks on and hoodies they come in and they're like, for your induction, you're hurt now.
Can I listen? I'll say this. I will say this. Obviously I've seen the joke running around of like, oh, Christian McCaffrey just doing blood oaths to stay healthy. And I didn't necessarily believe it until this last Sunday, because during the Giants game, they talked about how Christian McCaffrey was excited because they're playing the 10 a.m. game in New York. The Commanders were having the Sunday night game in Washington, and he was going to be able for the first time to go to the Commanders game after the Niners played to go see Luke McCaffrey play. And then Luke McCaffrey broke his collarbone and he's out for the season. And now I kind of agree with the blood oath Christian McCaffrey is sacrificing to stay healthy.
I mean, at this point, we have to look at everything because
Everything.
there's no logical answer.
Yeah.
So,
except the electro boxes outside of the practice. So we don't look at those.
It's the strength and conditioning coach that Fred Warner's ankle turned all the way around.
Yes. Hey, was it also the Niners strength and conditioning coach when it happened to Cam Scatteraboo? Speaking of Cam Scatteraboo, Giants at Bears in Chicago. It's going to be a balmy 35 degrees in Chicago. Hey, if the Bears win this game, they're tied for first place in the NFC North. If the Packers fall on Sunday night, that could be interesting. I'm going to pick the Bears because the Giants stink. I saw it.
Bears.
87 degrees, completely different weather down in Miami.
Please
don't do that, JW. Don't do it, JW.
Please listen. If me snapping my ankle would have got Fred Warner back on the field, I would have done it. Please, just don't do it, man. Please, man.
It's not worth it. Not worth it. It's 35 degrees in Chicago, 87 degrees in Miami. The Bills head down to South Beach to take on the Dolphins. I think we both got
Bills.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. Let's move on to Minnesota. The Ravens. They're going to start their surge. Here they come, 3-5 against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to take Lamar and the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens, man. JJ McCarthy, I don't think you're ready for this. The Ravens are rolling, man. You better watch out now.
The game of the week, Jason Aponte, the Cleveland Browns head to MetLife to take on the New York Jets. Game probably should have been flexed to like Comedy Central or something like that.
Nice.
The Jets waved the white flag on their season, which they should have done, trading Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. The Niners did not get involved in either of those, as we know, with the trade deadline, which I don't think they would have gotten involved in either of those either way. I am going to take the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets.
Sources say that the NFL is paying you to watch this game if you want to. So, I mean, I think if you're looking for some extra cash, that's the way to do it. But the Browns absolutely win this game. The Jets are depleted now on defense. That was the only thing that they really had. So the Browns are just going to run the shit out the football. It's going to be windy. It's going to be cold. Justin Fields is not going to throw the football. Yeah, give me the Browns, man. Ugh. I'm sorry. There's some poor bastard in the Cleveland area. Or this is happening here in Jersey.
Yes, it is. It's in Jersey.
It's in Jersey. All right. So some
$34, Jason, if you want to go.
Screw that. You know what? You know how many other things I'd rather get kicked in the nuts than have to go sit out there and watch that game. Yeah. Hey man, look, you gotta do something to feel alive. But some poor bastard was like had this circled on there like I can't wait to watch the Browns and the Jets. What a barn burner that's gonna be. And they're actually gonna go to this game. Like, you know what I feel for that kid in that video of like, I hate this team. He's like, I'm born in it. He goes, I'll never leave, but I hate this team. That's so real. But you know what? That is my like reason for like if you're in a relationship with a team and that team is treating you poorly. That whole loyalty shit is just throw it out the window. You wouldn't stay with a woman who cheats on you all the time, right?
No. And they're young enough to get out of it too. Like I feel like as a kid,
he can do a clean break. It's crazy because even the Jets fans, if he like would renounce the Jets, there wouldn't even be a Jet fan that would be like, "Where are you going?" They'd be like, "Good job, man." Like like when the Titanic was sinking. Those guys were playing going down with the ship because that was their job. But there weren't people that were like saying like, you know what, I want to do the same thing as them. They were trying to get off. Like, just get off.
The Tom Brady Bowl down in Tampa Bay. The Patriots take on the Buccaneers. Patriots 7-2. The Buccaneers 6-2. I think I've been high on the Patriots this season. I think the Buccaneers are a little too good for them right now, so I'm gonna take Tampa Bay.
I'm going to go with the Patriots, but I want to ask you something that I really think is fucking weird. Tom Brady, you're weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're a strange man. Like, you're very strange. Cloning a dog? You are strange, dude. Like, that has got to be one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard in my life.
There's never been a more disconnect between rich people and poor people than that sentence Tom Brady said.
So there's people in this country who can't afford to get things from grocery stores, unfortunately have had their benefits taken away. There's kids that are going to go to bed hungry many nights even when there were SNAP benefits and stuff around, and Tom Brady is cloning dogs.
Yeah.
Just this is what we're talking about. Eat the rich.
Well, is there a quarterback controversy between Drake May and Tom Brady inevitably when he clones himself?
Well, who's to say he's not a clone? Howdy just said it, and he's not wrong about that.
I haven't thought about that one yet. Fuck.
So which Brady won with the Patriots and which one won with the Bucks?
Huh. I haven't thought about that. I don't like this whole cloning thing in general.
Well, we're starting to get down
clone each other.
I mean, shit. I'd let the clone do all these podcasts while I go lose a Fortnite in the other room. But look, I want to ask you, let's really peel the onion and back here. Tom Brady's actually a clone who used to throw passes to someone who's about to be on trial for attempted murder. What?
No, Aaron Hernandez already is like
Antonio Brown.
Oh, that's Antonio Brown. My bad. I was joking.
So the Patriots clone threw passes to a convicted murderer. The other clone has thrown one to someone who's about to be on trial for, you see how far this rabbit hole goes, man? Like how we have to sit here and I don't want to talk about this and think about it. My mind has enough stuff going on.
Listen, we need more super chats to come in because not only do I want an immortal chamber now that Matt Stafford used, I want a cloning machine. So I like super chats. We need them to come in. I have a really high level luxury item list that I need for Christmas this year. There's some things you probably shouldn't say in public, and I cloned my dog is one, maybe a top 5 sentence you should never say out loud.
I thought it was you know how they have NBA Centel? I thought it was one of those things. Yeah, nope. And I was just like, oh no, wait, they're dead ass. Yeah. They are dead, he's dead ass. He really cloned his dog. I'm not mad at you for wanting your dog. I understand the companion portion of it. Yes. I had a dog for a little while. I get that part. But cloning your dog, man, this seems like the beginning of the end or the start of a horror film that I don't want to be a part of.
Well, also too, the weird, to me, the weird thing is he named the dog a different name.
A different name.
You got to name it 2.0. If the dog's name was, Rough or what? I'm not good with dog names. Name it Rough 2.0.
Resident Dr. Evil, I love the name. Hire Tom Brady's cloners to get this 49ers team healthy. Just clone Ricky Pearsall after every game so he can play. Are we sure that Ricky Pearsall ever really existed either?
Dude, they could clone Brock Purdy and they still wouldn't be sure about the clone's health.
Look, I want a clone. He can go to work for me.
Honestly, I don't even want to talk about the rest of the week. I just want to talk about cloning things, really.
I couldn't believe that. I mean, screw that game. I think the Patriots are still going to win because the Bucks, no Bucky. Godwin's going to be out for God knows how long. Evans. I think that is starting to catch up to the Bucks now. Fun fact. Do you know who's the number 1 tackle in run block win rate in the NFL?
Tristan Wirfs.
Nope.
I don't know.
Right team, though.
You're testing my knowledge of the Buccaneers offensive line.
Former 49er.
Is it Skull?
No, School is not on there. He's not on that team anymore.
Who is it?
He's on Minnesota. Charlie Heck.
Oh my God. I would have. You could have given me a million. Well, you know what we should do? We should clone Charlie Heck. Sign with the Niners.
He's a big guy.
Think about that. Niners got to. I'm all in on the Niners cloning people. I'm all in on it. How quickly do the clones get hurt though? That's the thing.
Clone another one once he gets hurt. That's it. After that, they won't even know.
Just have a closet full of just 8 different copies of every player. I saw Fred Warner's ankle bend the wrong way 6 days ago. How's he playing? Oh yeah, we just got clone number 3 of Fred Warner. He's out there now. We're good.
The other 2 are on IR, but the third one's not. Fred Warner the 5th.
No, we got to name it different names. It's Frederico Warner. It's bad when they get down. It's bad when they get down to Fredward Warner. What if they get to Fred Wanwer?
Fred Wanwer, there you go. He's got to wear 48 though. All right, come on, let's get this back on the. Let's get it back on the road here.
It's Tom Brady's fault, man.
What a nut job, dude. What a complete nut job.
Saints and Panthers. I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Panthers. They're actually playing pretty well too. But yeah, Tyler Shook, I don't think you're really that good, buddy. But it is
No.
cool to see Rico Dowdle. The only thing that's kind of interesting is that Ted McMillan has a hamstring injury. You don't really like to hear that pop up, but I think it will be enough, and they'll be fine. One other thing that I'm looking at in that Patriots Bucks game is Keyshawn Booty's not playing, and I forgot to say this.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Booty's not playing. Kyle Williams is gonna get a lot of run at
Oh,
X. I'm very interested to
that's
watch
that.
him, and I hope he plays very well to confirm my priors.
AFC South matchup: Jaguars head down to Houston to take on the Texans. Jacksonville, new receiver out there trading for Myers from the Raiders. I'm gonna take the Jaguars. Yep, I saw that. JW, thank you.
And Jawan Jennings clone wants $12 million. What was the game again? I'm sorry.
Jaguars Texans.
Um, Give me the Jags, man. Davis Mills is not gonna be able to get it done here in this
Yeah.
one. This one smells like a 13-10 game. Like very
Okay,
gross. Like
I'll
really,
remember
really
that.
gross. No Travis Hunter. Obviously they traded for Jacoby Myers. No Brian Thomas. Parker Washington, but yeah, give me the Jaguars because I don't really believe in Davis Mills, but yeah, like 13-10, this one's gonna be awful.
Cardinals head to Seattle to take on the Seahawks, the other NFC West matchup this week. I'm all in on Jacoby Brissett. I'm gonna take the Cardinals in an upset.
Seattle, they're playing well.
They're so good.
Yeah,
They're
people didn't
so
want to
good.
hear me. People didn't want to hear me, and they're like, "Oh, you're being dramatic." I'm not being dramatic. They have a great team. Like, what the shit, man? And if Sam Darnold keeps playing like that, it gets even scarier. But yeah, the Cardinals are a mess, man. Um, no Max Melton, no Will Johnson in this game. No, like they're missing a bunch of guys. But how does right go Cards? But and you know what? That does kind of track, Andrew. Like I'm not gonna say that that's crazy. That's exactly the type of game the Cardinals would
Mhm.
win. Is something like this. Just Seattle's been playing so well, man, and that defense is too good. So yeah, but hey, go Cards.
Lions head down to Washington to take on the Commies. I'm going to take the Lions. The Commies are too hurt. The defense isn't very good. I think it's going to be a big Jared Goff game.
Yeah, Lions, and it doesn't sound like Jaden Daniels is going on IR. So his elbow was like a little dislocated, not too dislocated. So I don't know, take that for what it's worth.
Did
Adam
they?
Peters
Did
is
they?
running the show over there in Washington, just like he would in San Francisco, baby.
Did they maybe clone Jaden Daniels? Consider
Ah,
that.
do you
Yeah.
know what his next plan is? Is to clone Drake Jackson.
Oh, good Niner. Good Niner. Steelers at Chargers is your Sunday night football game. I don't know what to do with the Steelers, man. Because every time I pick against them, they win. Every time I pick for them, they lose. So I'm going to pick the Chargers. I know their offensive line isn't great, but I have a hard time going against Jim Harbaugh. So I'm going to pick the Chargers.
Where's this game at?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Chargers too. The Steelers defense should be way better, man. They should be ashamed of themselves. But it's funny because I forget who it was, and the reason that I'm not gonna quote them, directly is because I can't remember who was saying it. But someone was like, "This is exactly the type of game that Mike Tomlin wins against a team that they should beat." Is like the Colts, when everybody's counting them out, and then look what happens. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, give me the Chargers, I think, in this one. But the Steelers are so weird.
Steelers are weird. I don't like them. I just get them out.
I don't like them. No,
I don't
sir.
like them. Game I'm not going to watch, and a lot of people aren't going to watch. Monday Night Football on ESPN. The Eagles taking on the Packers.
Who's not gonna watch?
It's impossible for me to watch right now.
You know what's funny? So I don't have YouTube TV,
Mhm.
and I don't have an ESPN Plus login. I have a cable login, so I just put that in my ESPN app, and I watch the game like normal. Like I
No,
like I yeah I didn't realize what the like because I'm like what the hell is everybody screaming about? I was like I was watching this game fine. But I didn't realize all that because of if you have YouTube TV and all that stuff like what's going on. By the way, ESPN. Speaking of weird, because we were talking about Tom Brady. Um, First of all, the solitaire ads.
all-time weird
Okay,
week for ESPN.
okay, right. One, two. In this time where people are missing out on NFL content, right? And what about the wrestling people? right? Or does that matter? Like right? Like or I think you have to have ESPN Plus,
You have
right?
to
Like
have
so
the
that they
ESPN $30 a month subscription for
okay,
wrestling. Yes.
okay. So in a time where fans can't watch college football and the NFL and other live sports, NBA basketball, whatever shows that they like on ESPN, you send out a breaking news. We've signed Brian Windhorst to a multi-year deal. Like, do you realize how tone fucking deaf you are? Who cares that he got a multi-year deal when you need to be striking up a multi-year deal for the people that need to consume your content? How are
Mm-hmm.
you paying someone when you're losing money every day? Like, I don't like ESPN is ridiculous, dude. I mean, please hire me so I can help change the culture.
Yeah.
But my God, what is wrong with you people? Like, you're all nut jobs.
I'm just most sad about the Disney thing too because I don't get FXX anymore on YouTube TV, and that's where I
Oh,
watched all my Family Guy.
well,
Now I
and
just
what we
watch it
do in
on
the
Hulu. So
shadows.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, it is what it is. I'll get over it. I got other things to watch on the internet. Like the Sprint Right Option podcast, and I just want my ESPN back, man. I just want my ESPN back. That's all.
Remember when games
Eagles
used to be easy?
Packers. Eagles
Okay.
Packers.
Give me the Eagles. But this is gonna be an interesting game. I'm really interested to see how the Packers respond in this game with their defense. I'm out of the bye. AJ Brown's back. I want to see how this offense looks. You know, for the Eagles as well too. Very interested in this game. So good Monday Night Football game for once.
Yeah, but I'm going to take the Eagles too. The Packers have just been so weirdly inconsistent this year.
My what?
That
Did I what? Did I dump my what? Never. Never.
Yeah, why would he get rid of that?
Never.
That's a Mitchell and S classic right there.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. At the Giants game, I saw someone with a 28 jersey, right? And he's playing what's that hacky sack game where you try cornhole?
Yes.
And the nameplate is covered and it says Luter Jr. And I go, "Oh my God, this is it." I walk over and I'm like, "Excuse me, my guy." I was like, "Is that a Jerick McKinnon jersey with the Luter Jr. over it?" He goes, "Fuck no, it's Carlos Hyde. Why would I buy that
Yeah.
bum's jersey?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh," I was like, "Thanks, man." I was like, "I'll see myself out of here."
I guess you won't match, but it's okay.
Nah, he cooked
Jason,
my ass,
he owned you. Yeah, he owned you.
yeah.
You might be the only one who bought a Jerick McKinnon jersey, so you need to hold on to that.
Bro. It was peak COVID when the Jerick
Yeah.
McKinnon like authentic jersey was like $25. I was like, "There's no way I can't latch on to this bit anymore." So
For the game we've been waiting for, Jason, Rams, Niners, Tom Brady on the call. Don't know if you know Tom Brady cloned his dog this week. Very weird situation there. Niners are
Tom Brady so he
4.5
can
point
start.
underdog. Stay, man. Shanahan might take him at this point. 49.5
Clone the
point
Brady that was a
over-under.
49ers fan. Clone that one.
Yes, I like that idea. Jason, I am going to take the Niners in a tight one. I'm going to go 17-14. 49ers squeak one out. I don't know. These games are always weird. The Rams are probably going to score way more than 14 points, but I'm going to take 17-14 because that's just what I said out loud.
Yeah, 49ers 24-21 in an absolute nail biter. But I will say this, 49ers fans. I wish I could be as confident about this game as I was on the Thursday night football game. I just don't have that same feeling this time.
Yeah.
I'm not being negative, but I always have to be real. And what I felt before that Thursday night football game was very real. And I thought the 49ers were going to go out there and execute the game plan. They did. They had some things go their way. Obviously that's how things work. I just have a hard time seeing the fumble at the goal line, the missed field goals, the missed throws to Adams happening again. Like, again, the 49ers have to play perfect to win. The Rams don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that was true the first time they faced. But the 49ers have to even play even more perfect in this one. They really, really, really can't turn the football over, anything like that. So, Nathan, if the 49ers scored 35 points this week on the number one defense, I'll start really getting mad at John Lynch for not trading for a pass rusher. I'll tell you that. That'll be the tipping point where I'll just be like, "All right, man, like you blew it, like fuck them picks. You should have sent them all for Quinnen Williams, but yeah."
35 points, we might need to not worry about Purdy's foot anymore because it would be Mac Jones' job.
35 points with Jawan Jennings and Kittle and no Pearsall. Yeah, you know what, Purdy, put him on IR.
Yeah. Jason, Niners play Sunday. We're looking forward to it. We'll be back with an instant reaction after that game ends. But until then, have a good weekend. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Saturday.
Wait. Are you kicking me out?
No, if you want, we can hang out.
Do you not want to talk about the fact that Tyler the Creator is nominated for Album of the Year and has a contemporary album? And he's nominated for Album of the Year in 2 different genres. And Kendrick Lamar has a chance with 4 more Grammy wins to have the most by any hip hop artist ever, and could win Album of the Year. And the hip hop album of the year Clips, Kendrick Lamar, JID. Like, what a phenomenal year for hip hop. I'm so happy to be a fan.
A lot of good music. Chromacopia, in my opinion, probably Tyler's best album. Chromacopia was very good. Don't Tap the Glass, not something that'd be slept on. Hey, man, I'm also partial to Cat's Eye, new pop group. Could win that award. I know you're a big K-popper, Jason Aponte. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet?
Nope.
Ah, man, you're still missing out, man. We got to get you on that, but watch the film, man, as Rich Madrid would say. But yeah, I'm hoping Tyler wins. Tyler deserves it. He's put out a lot of great projects. And yeah, man, I'm excited to see how the fact that he can win 2 album of the years is pretty impressive for the year he had, especially considering Don't Tap the Glass was kind of a surprise random album that he just kind of threw out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm really happy for him, man. To watch him go from where he started. I remember when I used to play Bastard and Goblin around my friends, and they're like, "Why are you listening to that weird shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah,"
Yonkers,
and I'm like,
man.
"Dude, I'm like, it's in there." I was like, the subject matter may turn some people off, but it's in there. Like and to see him become one of the more heralded hip hop artists, man, it's like watching your kid grow up. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar, right? Like I'm really I think it's hard for anybody to see the year that he had. And anytime Kendrick drops, he's in the hip hop album of the year category. Right?
Is it? I'm assuming it's GNX, right?
Yes.
God, I feel like it came out so long ago.
And album of the year, right? So just happy. And happy for the Clips, man. Really happy for the Clips. What an album.
Such a good album.
There's been so many good albums lately. So yeah. But yeah, man, I'm really happy for hip hop. What a year.
What a year. And hopefully it continues to be what a year for the Niners as well. See, I brought that right back, Jason Aponte. I'm really good at this podcasting thing. Been doing it for a while. But Jason, enjoy your weekend. We'll be back Sunday, about 5-ish, whatever time the game ends, maybe 4:30, whatever time that may be. But until then, Jason Aponte, as always.
Let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners. Bam.